If you're a North American who frequents coffee shops, you may have noticed some strange and confusing changes to the culture around serving coffee in recent years. Maybe you've walked into a shop and ordered a dark roast only to be told they don't have a dark roast, but an Americano might suit you. Or you've seen baristas carefully brewing coffee by hand and being overly enthusiastic about their French press. And what's with all these coffee shops popping up with the word roaster in their name? These are all signs and symptoms that you might be in a third wave coffee shop. Beyond the hip and trendy culture of flat whites and Americanos, these places can be confusing at first. So here's a little intro to some of these seemingly strange concepts. For years in North America, a coffee shop was a place where you chose between regular and decaf before adding cream and sugar to taste at a place that boasted of 30-minute fresh pots. This is now known as the first wave. Fast forward nearly a century unchanging, coffee shops serving fresh, made-to-order espresso drinks under a blanket of foaming dairy start popping up in the 70s. You start to have the choice between light, medium, and dark roast. These shops were fast and fresh, perfect for the corporate world and trendy subcultures alike. Built on flavored syrups and made popular by Starbucks, this is what we now know as the second wave. But like I said, how coffee is being served has changed in a lot of shops. One thing that might have confused or frustrated you is that the shop wouldn't let you choose the size of your latte. Or when you ordered a macchiato, you were given this tiny little drink when you were expecting a 12-ounce cup. And what on earth is a flat white, short black, cortado, misto, and half the other items on the menu that you've never seen before? That's because these shops are using a more traditional sizing system, where the difference between a latte and a flat white is its size. So to change the size of the drink is to change what it is. With this has come an emphasis on different types of coffee drinks that aren't based on flavored syrups, but rather different ratios of steamed dairy, coffee, and water. This has brought a lot of names that haven't been common in North America, and has also called for the development of some new names. Though this might seem complicated at first, it's actually quite simple, where each name means exactly one thing. And though the names might vary from place to place, there's often more consistency between these places using a more traditional sizing system. And it's a nice change moving away from the overly consumerist system of sizing and naming.
There seems to be a mistake. I believe I ordered the large cappuccino.
Varieties of coffee are as diverse as apples, like how a Granny Smith and a Red Delicious taste very different from each other while still both tasting like apple. The same goes for coffee. The simplest way to make your coffee taste consistent across the country and the years is to blend it and over-roast it, but many coffee shops and roasters are changing these norms. Small batch roasters have been becoming more and more popular in recent years. Coffee shops buying from closer suppliers, providing unique batches, often roasted just days before it's served. Many coffee shops are even cutting out the middleman and roasting directly for their cafes and clients. This is why we've seen an increase in coffee shops with the word roaster in their name. And this has allowed for a lot of cool things. Not only does it keep the coffee fresher, but it allows the roaster to focus on roasting the best flavor out of the beans, not worried about conventional light or dark preferences. It also allows them to cater to the taste of the community, to develop a unique local flavor. It's given freedom for more direct trading with small farmers and has opened up the door for single origins. My favorite element of the third wave, where you get to taste all the uniqueness of just one variety of coffee grown under the set of circumstances at one farm. These coffees come and go, and I have loved and lost coffees that are no longer available on the international market for a variety of reasons. But the experience of having these coffees in the first place, and the fun of trying to find something to replace them once they're gone, far outweighs the loss. What in the past has not been viable in a market that values consistency, now gives us a chance to try flavors from all around the world in a single cup. It's shown me flavors I didn't know you could just get out of coffee beans and water, and it gives those of us who enjoy these unique flavors something to forever look forward to. It's not for everyone, but if you're enthusiastic about coffee, it's a real treat. But the great variety and quality of these beans means nothing if they're not prepared right. Though the espresso machine is a powerful platform for showcasing this coffee, sometimes the best method is the bewildering slow bar. V60s, siphon pots, clevers, Chemex, French press, Kalitas, and some newer inventions are enough to make your head spin, especially with the growing line behind you and the increasing options in front of you that you didn't know you had. But when it comes down to it, these often very old techniques are just the simplest way to enjoy the freshest cup of coffee without the need for a finicky and often difficult espresso machine. Just as fresh, something to sip on for a while, and a little bit more reserved than the Americano, but without the cheap and quick one-size-fits-all approach of these single-serve and drip machines. This puts the quality under the watchful eye and competent hand of the barista, but it's easy enough to learn and take home yourself. The point of the third wave is to trust the roaster and the barista to give you the best quality coffee possible, letting go of some of what you think you want in order to try something new. Maybe something better than you knew coffee could be, and to give you a glimpse into the wild and wonderful world of coffee. But don't be afraid to ask questions. Learn more about what you do and don't enjoy at these shops. Get to know the coffee that you're tasting. And though none of these concepts are universal, each coffee shop has their own way of doing things. I hope this video has helped bring some clarity to you. If you liked this video or found it helpful, please like and share. And if you're new here, don't be afraid to hit subscribe. If you want to dive in deeper to any of these topics I just barely touched on in this video, write it down in the comments so we can get more of these videos rolling. And stick around, I'm going to be creating more videos like this. Beyond expanding on these topics, I'm going to be checking out shops that are doing things right, as well as hanging out with online personalities to talk about coffee. I'm Geoff Guich. Welcome to the Third Wave.